Hi guys! In today's video we are looking into the 7 most common illusions drivers can experience on the road. While many illusions are fun and harmless, some can be risky when we are driving a car. So ideally, we should know them all and be ready in order to not be fooled. So here we go. 7 common illusions which we can experience while driving a car. The first one is pretty harmless. It's called the inferior mirage. Usually we can notice it on hot summer days when the pavement heats up under the blazing sun. The air near the road warms up more than the air above, which causes refraction of some light rays which travel from the sky into our eyes. This creates the illusion of a reflective surface on the road that our brain automatically recognizes as water. But as we get closer to this puddle of water, it magically disappears. Unless, of course, there is actual water on the road. Next up is an illusion that can be much more dangerous. Its name is target fixation. It happens when a driver becomes so focused on an object on the road that he unintentionally steers right towards it. The problem is, if we just stare at something we don't want to hit, our brain won't figure out how to avoid it, because it's not getting enough visual information to find a way around. That's why, instead of fixating on a hazard, we need to look where we actually want to go. Moving on to the third illusion, how the color of vehicles can affect our perception of them. We all know that the bright colors like white, yellow, orange or red are easier to spot, especially in low light or bad weather. But here is another thing. Often, to our brain, dark-colored cars like black or dark blue tend to look like they are moving slower than they actually are. This effect is entirely psychological and influenced by the way colors interact with light. Lighter colors reflect more light, making them stand out and seem more dynamic or faster to human eye. In contrast, black, dark gray or dark blue colors absorb light. This makes them less prominent and can create the illusion that they are moving slower. This means that sometimes we could potentially underestimate the speed of a dark-colored car, and we have to be a bit more careful to not make this mistake. The fourth illusion has to do with vehicle size and is particularly important in regard to motorcycles. Since most vehicles on the road are cars, our brains get used to judging the speed of vehicles around us based on roughly the size of an average car. When we see something smaller, like a motorcycle, our brain might trick us into thinking it's just a faraway car. This can lead to dangerous situations where drivers misjudge how close motorcycles are and pull out right in front of them. Also, it doesn't help that motorcycle riders themselves often are speeding and don't know how to brake properly. But as competent drivers, we can prevent this situation by paying some extra attention while watching the oncoming traffic. Number 5 is the speed illusion. After driving at a high speed on the highway for a while, our brain adapts to it, making it feel like we are going slower than we are in reality. This becomes a problem when we exit the highway and move into slower zones, like city streets. After a few hours on the highway, driving in a town feels incredibly slow, so we tend to speed up quite a bit, breaking the speed limit and potentially creating a dangerous situation on the road. To avoid this, after transitioning from a highway to a slower zone, we should double-check our speedometer from time to time to make sure we are not speeding unintentionally. Next is the illusion of the road width. When driving along tree-lined roads, the trees can make the road feel narrower, which naturally causes us to slow down. But as soon as the trees disappear and the view opens up, the road suddenly feels much wider, and we might speed up even without realizing it. Again, a quick glance at the speedometer helps keep us from unintentional speeding. And finally, number 7. This one often happens on winding mountain roads. While driving on such a road for a while, our brain eventually finds a certain flow, a certain rhythm to this road, and starts to predict each following turn based on the previous experience. This can make us overconfident and tempted to speed up. But just because the last few turns went pretty smooth, doesn't necessarily mean the next one won't be sharper or hide some unexpected obstacle. That's why it's important to approach each corner with caution and never go faster than is safe for this particular corner. So there we have it, 7 common driving illusions that sometimes can catch us off guard. The key to staying safe is awareness. Knowing how our brain can be fooled helps us stay alert and avoid risky situations. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Drive safely and have a wonderful day! Bye!